Hiya everybody. It's hard to believe, just 24 hours ago I was spewing my guts out in the Ica Desert in Peru, amongst the sand dunes, but here we are, we're back all safe and sound, and what a difference a day makes. So time will go and it'll pass, I guess. Just a bit of reflection on the race. It was really tough. It's something that the lows was definitely something I've never experienced before. They were horrible. If there's one lesson I can take out of this, is to take much better care of myself when travelling, and come a little bit. If I can't come a little bit better beforehand, I've got to sleep a lot more. I was extremely tired before the start of the event. 40 hours travel to get to the race, and then to get to the race line, feeling tired, and only 3 weeks from the last run was, it's not enough time recovery. So I knew I wasn't 100%, but I knew if I paced myself well, I'd be okay. And I did. I didn't rush out or didn't do anything extravagant, but boy, once the body decided it wanted to cave in at about 60 Ks, I was in a world of hurt, to be honest. I'm not going to deny it, but it was very painful and it was horrible. But I wasn't physically injured. I didn't have a rolled ankle or a broken foot or anything, so I could continue on. I just had to manage it, and so I kept making plans. And the plan was, at the start, when I started to feel ill, the plan was to walk, and that's what I did. I'd run, one to one peg or one green light, and then I would walk to the next green light, and I did that for about 10 Ks, and then the illness came and I started spewing, and so the decision was made. I made a decision, okay, if I can just do 5K, it doesn't matter how I do it, whether I walk it or run it or whatever. And this was about 65K in, and I stopped at it was the last checkpoint, 63K. And I had an hour's sleep because I just bloody needed it. I was really, really tired, and I had about, I think, 12 and a half hours to do 40K at that stage, and I had an hour and a bit, and I thought, that's good, that'll give me 11 hours to complete 40K. I should be able to bolt that in. I didn't bolt it in, but we done it, and so it was around, it was 5Ks I started and then spewed. And every time I was dry reaching, I stopped, processed, because every time I tried to get anything down, even water, every time it hit my gut, I just started to get spew. I was very nauseous and vomiting and a bit hallucinative as well. You sort of go through, you'd look at your feet and you'd see half a dozen of them, and you'd look around, you wonder where you are. So I had to sit and just collect my shit and get it all together, and move on as best I could, because it was. Nowhere in my mind did I enter that I was going to stop, but the thoughts, how am I going to finish? that was the only way. How do we get this job done? And I learned some math. I got to say, I had my watch out and I'm thinking, okay, this is this and this, and I'd end up, I was having 10 minutes. I was probably moving for 10 minutes and stopping for 10. I just had to, and trying to just get something down, and I'd have a drink, and then I'd have a gel, and I'd sort of spew half it back up, and then I'd force a bit more down, and then just let it settle, and then I'd get on my bike and go again, and all I knew was not to fall asleep, because if I fell asleep I probably wouldn't want to get back up. So that's what we did, and we made it with 1 hour to spare. So it took 23 hours, and I've got to say, it's probably the proudest 100K I've ever done. So it was the slowest, but I didn't care. It didn't really matter. We got the job done, and so tick, boom, race 2 at Peru, done and dusted, and in 3 weeks' time we'll be rocking La Pinta, and can't wait to get home and give everyone a big hug. It'll be awesome. Cheers.